What's going on, everybody? Marvel the Cross 316 back with another comic book flashback. Today we are looking at Tales to Astonish, issue number 59. This issue came out in September of 1964, and the reason why we're looking at Tales to Astonish now is that this is going to continue the storyline with Hulk. So basically, there were 6 issues of the Incredible Hulk, and now we're looking at Tales to Astonish. This is the first time Hulk makes his appearance and will be the ongoing series and stories that start with this issue right here. Issue number 59 is where it all began, where Stan Lee added the Hulk back into an ongoing stories and series, basically. So that's where we're picking up now with Tales to Astonish, and we see that the Hulk is going to be going up against Giant Man in one epic battle here. We got the green skinned behemoth here against Giant Man, who's also known as the Ant-Man. He's Henry Pym here, or Hank Pym rather. And we see that the Wasp is also going to be with Giant Man in this issue. And so today's title is Giant Man and the Wonderful Wasp in Enter the Hulk. Giant Man is going to be on the prowl searching for the Incredible Hulk in this issue. He wants the Hulk to basically rejoin the Avengers. And based on the context of this issue, the Hulk was last seen battling Spider-Man in Amazing Spider-Man issue 14, and that was also the first appearance of the Green Goblin. And so that's just adding a little bit of context to what we're going to be looking at today. This issue is brought to you by Stan Lee, who wrote this issue. We have Dick Ayers on the penciling and artwork, instantly inked by the great Paul Raymond, and lettering page by Art Smeck. And so let's begin today's issue off. We have the Avengers. They are looking at this transistor-powered portable projector, thanks to Iron Man, where they're looking at the battle between Spider-Man and the Hulk when Spider-Man came across the Hulk in issue number 14 of Amazing Spider-Man. And so we see that we're also going to see an appearance of Davy Cannon, who is also known as the Human Top. He is one of Giant Man's villains. And if you ever read any of Tales to Astonish issues, he's last appeared in issue number 55, being defeated by Giant Man and the Wasp. And so the Human Top is wanting to basically get revenge on Giant Man, and he's going to find a way to get some revenge here. He's not going to suit up in his usual green suit because that will instantly make him be recognizable. So he's going to travel in just his civilian clothes here. So the Avengers are going to leave the scene, but Giant Man is going to stay behind. He's going to once again want to focus on the Hulk, and he is going to leave now with Jan, who's also the Wasp. These bunch of guys start hassling Giant Man here, saying, "Come on, who are you walking with, girl?" He's like, "Could that tomato make beautiful music?" And he said, "Hey, sister, why don't you ditch that itch and date a real man, namely me?" Giant Man gets offended here. He then instantly, as part of his new power with a cybernetic helmet, is he can shrink and grow anytime he wants. All he has to do is think about it, and he makes short work of these hasslers here. And we see that the Human Top was the one that noticed this, and now he's going to be on the trail of Giant Man and the Wasp. Giant Man reveals to the Wasp that they're going to go to New Mexico in search of the Hulk because that's where he was last seen. And we see that the Human Top is going to get on the plane with them and not being recognized. And the Human Top is not going to be recognized throughout this issue, like with Hank Pym and Wasp. They're not going to even notice that he was there and trying to sabotage Giant Man and the Wasp. So we see here that Giant Man has a word with General Thunderbolt Ross about where is the Hulk. And he said, "Look, mister, I've had enough of that rampaging menace to last me a lifetime. I've got a few other little things to do, like run this missile base. But I'll ask one of my civilian scientists to help you. Someone get Bruce Banner here on the double. They ask where Bruce Banner is. Bruce comes, and Bruce is like, sorry, Giant Man, I can't help you. I know nothing about the Hulk, and I could care less. And we see that all this time, almost a year after issue number 6, Bruce Banner is still bitter about being the Hulk. And we see that Betty Ross still is in love with Bruce Banner. And he gets in his Jeep and he's getting frustrated with himself. And now we see, because of that frustration, he changes to the Hulk. He crashes the vehicle, and now the Hulk knows that the Giant Man is looking for him, and so he's now going to search for Giant Man and fight Giant Man. And the Human Top notices that Hulk is in town making a big rampage of stuff. So what he's going to do then is he's going to use the Hulk to see if Hulk can defeat Giant Man and do his own bidding. So we see here that the Wasp and Giant Man come to Betty Ross. He's like, look, we'll look for your boyfriend, and he should be okay because the Hulk is not a bad guy like you think he is. I'm going to convince the Hulk to basically rejoin the Avengers. That's what Giant Man's mission here is in this issue. He wants to reason with the Hulk and make Hulk come back and join the Avengers, because the Hulk was one of the original members of the Avengers. So we see that the Hulk is going to be leaping in the air looking for Giant Man. Giant Man gets into this miniaturized rocket. He shrinks to Ant-Man, and he knows that he needs to get to the city first to alert the people to evacuate the scene. And he's going to do that by rolling up this giant poster right here and announcing to the crowd that, attention, attention, the Hulk is coming, evacuate the town. It's an emergency. So all the cars start to leave the town. So the town has been evacuated. Giant Man is going to face Hulk. And then we see that the Human Top is going to stop the Hulk and ask Hulk to, look, the Avengers are out to get you, especially Giant Man. They set up an ambush. You better get ready. So the Hulk gets even more angry, and he's going to travel to that city or that little town. General Thunderbolt Ross then is approached by the Human Top, and the Human Top is saying, look, the Hulk and Giant Man are in that town alone. This is your opportunity to use a missile so you can take out the Hulk. And so we see that everything is starting to become according to plan here. Hulk and Giant Man then meet up, and we're going to see one heck of a battle here with Giant Man and the Hulk here. And we see that Giant Man, all he wants to do is speak with Hulk, to reason with Hulk, but Hulk does not want to listen to reason here. He's angry, he's frustrated, he thinks that all mortal men are his enemy, and he's not going to listen to Giant Man at all. So we see that the Wasp learns that General Thunderbolt Ross has ordered that there be a missile launched to that city. And so she's going to fly on top of the missile, try to stop it, but she's not able to do so. She contacts the Giant Man through her cybernetic helmet and alerts him. He says, "You've done all you can, Jan. Jump. Jump before it's too late." She jumps out of the way, and we see that Giant Man tells the Hulk, look, there is a missile headed straight for us. If it connects, we both are going to die. Hulk then says, I'm not so sure. I think I could survive a small atomic blast, but you sure can't. But I'm going to save you right now, and I'm going to basically get this bomb and then fight you on my own terms. So he gets it like a football almost, and catches it in midair. And we see then he's going to throw it, and we see that the Human Top is going to die in the explosion thanks to the Hulk here. And Hulk takes a full brunt of some of that blast. He changes back to Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner has been found here, and Betty Ross is super happy. We see Giant Man is feeling like he failed his mission here. He wanted to bring Hulk back to New York and join the Avengers, but actually maybe he was able to see the bright side of Hulk, and that is that the Hulk saved Giant Man from dying in an explosion. And so that is how we end this issue, and they put in the last page that yes, the Hulk is going to be returning to comics here and his own stories, and we'll be looking at those stories and Tales to Astonish, issue number 60. Starting with issue number 60, we'll see brand new stories, and so I'm looking forward to that. So go ahead now and give this video a like, comment down below what you liked about this issue, subscribe if you have not, and keep reading comics.